Hi guys, welcome to GameTalk. Emmen Ajax 0-5. Easy game. Best game you can play right before the Champions League game, a crucial game against Liverpool on Tuesday. But today we're going to talk about Emmen. You always know when you're going to play those games, you can literally only lose those games.
Yes.
Even if you win 1-0, 2-0, it's not enough because the quality is, between Ajax and these kind of teams. Also, we saw it with Heracles. Earlier this season, we saw it with VVV. So, in a sense, it's difficult to analyze this kind of game, but we're going to try. What was your feeling about the game in general?
Yeah, I was saying it before the match. It feels like a Dutch Cup match, like something you have to get out of the way. And it's getting more and more with these matches in the Eredivisie, that you think, yeah, this is just one that you have to play and get it over with, and it's probably going to be a big score. And I was actually expecting a lot more substitute in the starting 11, but he actually played with a lot of first-team players.
Ten Hag did.
I'm glad he substituted a lot of them a little bit later in the match. But this is just perfect, actually. It's a big score. It's not a 10-0, but 5-0 is very decent.
Yeah.
And they got the 3 points. No injuries as far as we can see.
Yeah.
So, everything is peachy with this match. Mm-hmm. And I have not have too much to complain about it. So it's just check on to the next one.
Overall performance also, we have to give credit also where credit is due to the players.
Yeah.
Everybody stepped up today. Everybody also, I can imagine you playing Champions League and coming to an Emmen game. You're thinking it's a different environment. It's a totally different way of playing, Also on AstroTurf, exactly. But at the end of the day, you have to give compliments also for the team. The mentality in that team is good.
Yeah, and actually you have to give, we are critical.
Yeah.
A lot of time, especially to the coach, and you have to give credits to Ten Hag this time.
Absolutely.
Because this time he did everything right. It is a little bit questionable that he played with so much first-team players, but we do not have to be critical about everything. Not have to be critical.
Let me ask you something about that, because you're mentioning and you're bringing this up, which is very good.
Yeah.
There was, before the match, they were asking him, this is an Emmen game. Of course, you have to win this game as well. So it's an important game. But why do you use so many first team players? Because we saw Schuurs, we saw Klaassen, etc. And Ten Hag is balancing on two thoughts. He's thinking, okay, I have to give some players rest. But on the other hand, we know this from 2 years ago in that exceptional year, if he can choose, if there's enough rest for these guys, he likes to play with the same team over and over and over again because, according to him, you create chemistry within a team. They get used to each other, and then the level of the play goes up as well. Where do you balance that in this time, in the Corona time, in the jam schedule that we have?
This is a very difficult question because we do not have like a broad squad like a Manchester City does, with a lot of quality up to par, even the bench. Mm-hmm. And with Ajax now in the earlier season still, there are a lot of matches crammed up, but even when the season progresses, the fatigue kicks in. Exactly. So if you keep choosing for your first 11, no doubt injuries will get there. Yeah. Injuries will happen.
Sooner or later.
So now maybe he can get away with it still, but if the season progresses more, and even if you progress in Europe also, what we are going to do, either Europa League or what we hope, Champions League knockout stage, you have a lot of matches. We even play the KVB Beker, where other teams have a free game.
Well, we have to play still.
One extra game.
Exactly.
So for now, I understand it. My personal preference would have been more rest for certain players. I even posted on Twitter. But we have to give credit to Ten Hag also. He substituted a lot, 5 substitutes this match. At the early beginning of the second half, a lot of substitutes. So that's great, Usually he waits too long or he doesn't use them all. Now he did some logical choices. He substituted Tadic after 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. So actually, nothing to complain about Ten Hag today. He's not wrong with his decision. I do not agree with everything he does, but he did a proper job. Also, it is also the coach's job to be sure your players are motivated.
Exactly.
And it's against Emmen, an away game on AstroTurf between 2 Champions League games.
Yes.
This is the work of the coach and his staff. So we are being critical to him if he makes stupid decisions and he's like juggling again with all of his experiments. But now we also have to be giving credit to him that he does a great job today. 3 points in the back, motivated team, great score, no injuries, check, on to the next one. Good grade for him, proper job.
Yeah. Absolutely. highlighting a few players, I just want to mention the second goal because that was amazing.
Beautiful.
I mean, you can say it's against Emma, but still, the whole thing was amazing.
Yeah, beautiful. It was the one with the glass chip ball, true
To
ball, right?
Labiat, yeah.
It was beautiful. And also the finishing of Labiat. I've been critical on him a lot of times too.
Mm-hmm.
We do have to be making a side note here. It is still Emma. You know, we were here with the crew and some people were saying, yeah, even you, I think, Schuurs is playing a proper game. It was a proper game, but they shot 3 attempts at the goal at the whole match. Onana was like reading a newspaper in the goal, almost watching Netflix, you know? Like, what the hell do I have to do?
Today he was, absolutely. Look, let me ask you something else, right? Because this is a topic that's reoccurring now, also by the Dutch analysts and pundits on TV. They're saying, okay, this is becoming embarrassing for the league, you know, what Ajax is doing, because it's becoming more like a training than really a match against those kind of teams. Emma, Heracles, the ones I just mentioned before. But if I look at the other teams, which are also in the league of Ajax, if you can mention that, we're talking about PSV, PSV, AZ, Feyenoord. Those 3 teams, they don't roll over those teams as Ajax does.
Yeah, but you have to be also realistic here, right? You have Ajax and then you have the rest.
Okay,
so Feyenoord's not a top club anymore. Come on, man. PSV and AZ, they're decent clubs and they have a history, but they're not at the level at the moment that Ajax is. There's just a gap at the moment. This is because of how they performed last seasons, the money gap that they created with Frankie de Ligt. They can attract players that are... They are becoming a little bit of an Olympic Lyon with the Monsieur 50-50 area, you know. In France, you know, the 5 or 6 seasons they become champions. They were Lyon, right?
Yeah.
And now with Bayern München, year after year, they become champions with a landslide, usually. Yeah. So it's happening in the Eredivisie too.
But I don't agree with that because it hasn't happened yet.
No, but it is about to happen. You feel that the gap is becoming bigger and bigger. So I agree with this.
But we haven't played yet AZ, PSV and Feyenoord yet. Yeah. And you say Feyenoord is not a top club. I understand that because...
I'm just making a joke a bit, you know, because Amsterdam, Rotterdam, it is a top club. They have history. Yeah. They are the last team that took a European trophy. But the performance last years weren't that great.
They are unbeaten for a long time now with Dick Advocaat. That's true. Okay, coming back to the situation, the only thing I want to mention is, look, are we not being a little bit too early in our judgment about this? Because has Ajax won 4 or 5 titles in a row?
No. So maybe we are. This is also a bit of the Amsterdam mentality, you know. When we lose 2 games in Amsterdam, we are like critical and there's a crisis happening. And when we win twice against Emmen and the 13-0 match, you know, we think we are on top of the world. Yeah. So I also have this syndrome a little bit. But still, I do think the gap is being created there. And it also has to do with financial situation. Also, this year, all the revenue from the Champions League is going to Ajax, not to AZ. They didn't qualify. So the gap is getting bigger. But you know that
Ajax is giving a piece of that pie to other clubs as well, right?
But still, the financial situation is way better at Ajax than at the other teams. You have to agree with this.
Yeah, it's true. So but it didn't happen overnight, right?
No, but this is also like strategy of the board of directors, every people who work at Ajax. Yeah. You know, it's a plan, and it is coming together now. So that's great. And we have to see if they will be champions for the coming season, but it's looking good at the moment. And still, the gap is only, I think, 4 points. With PSV,
something like that.
On top of my mind. Yeah. So we still have to wait and see. But I'm not that impressed with the level of play that I'm seeing from PSV this season. Feyenoord is playing decently.
Well, the thing with PSV is they have to get a new system in play, and that takes a little bit of time. Yeah. But they have good players. We cannot say they don't have good players.
They are not utilizing their best player, in my opinion.
Ihatar.
So that's the
What's your opinion on Ihatar, by the way?
I think it's a great footballer. I think it's definitely, I'm not saying he should play at Ajax, but it's definitely an Ajax type of player, like a technical, skilled, is somebody you go to the stadium for, you know. Mm-hmm. And I do not understand what the problem is they're not playing him, because this is one of the biggest talents on the Dutch fields. Yeah. So I'm baffled. Maybe he has his reasons. I do not know how this guy is, like mentality-wise, if he creates problems or stuff. But also, if he creates problems, it's up to the coach to cope with that.
Yeah.
Also, there are a lot of players in football that are like bad players, you know, mentality-wise, but coaches work around that and utilize those players better. And it's up to the coach also. Maybe he cannot cope with it. I do not know the situation, but in my opinion, Ihatare is by far the best player at PSV.
Okay, all right.
Potential-wise, definitely.
All right. Coming back to Ajax, I just want to highlight two players really quick. Rens.
Yeah, great.
Came in
Great.
first play at the Eredivisie.
Happy, very, very happy to see him get some minutes because, I think Papimento has said this a lot of times. He's already at the level that he can get some minutes at the first team.
Yeah.
So this was a perfect situation without any problems to give him some minutes because we were 4-5-0 up. So great decision by the Haag.
Okay, and another player that we haven't been talking about lately a lot of times because most of the times he comes in as a substitute, but today he started from the start. Kleiber. We were very much thinking in the summer like, why do we have to get Kleiber? But looking now, a couple of games already, and now we saw him from the start, even though it was Emmen, but still we're seeing more and more from him. What's your opinion on Kleiber so far?
Average player, average grade. He did okay. It was my lowest grade of the day, not a bad grade. It's just a 6. But he didn't do some spectacular things. I think he gave one pass before the assist was given. So
the
pass.
one from nearest.
Yeah, so that was great,
and
he didn't make any mistakes. So a good match from his side. This decent match. But I was actually saying before the match against Emma to the crew when we were sitting here and getting ready for the match, that he's doing decently. He's doing a decent job at Ajax at the moment. He's delivering, but he is still playing it very safe. You know, a lot of passes back to the keeper. When in the previous matches when I saw him play at the right back position,
he's a little bit less adventurous than he was at Utrecht, but maybe that will come still.
Exactly. Maybe he doesn't want to take too many risks at the early stage at his Ajax career now. So I do not have a final opinion about him. He was decent today. Fair play to him. 6. Nothing great, nothing bad. Just okay.
Good thing, before I forget, because I always forget to mention Promes.
Yeah.
Because last time he also came in and he scored. Now he comes in again and he scores. And he had almost a second goal, by the way.
Yeah.
Good for him, for his self-confidence as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Looking forward to Tuesday.
Me too.
One final thought from you.
Yeah.
Do you think we can win this against Liverpool?
I think we can.
Okay.
Not to live in the past, but after the first match against Liverpool, I was saying we lost valuable points that day. Valuable points.
Yeah.
Even 1 point was possible, maybe 3. And this is something that comes to bite you in the ass at the end of the group
still
stage.
believe that?
No, I think we still can win because everything now in the situation we have now, it's all up to the Atalanta versus Ajax versus Atalanta game.
Yeah.
You know, so that is the decisive one. But imagine if we took a point at Liverpool.
Yeah, we would have 8 now.
Ajax Liverpool 1-1. We would have 8 points. Liverpool would have 7. Atalanta would have 7 now.
Yeah,
It's
we're
a
in the driving seat then. Yeah.
Totally different ball game.
Exactly.
Also at the Atalanta game away, 2-0 up. Also we gave it away. So it's not bad. It's a learning progress. You have to establish the team, you know. But
the foundation.
at the Liverpool, everybody was saying it was so great. We only lost 1-0 against Liverpool. No, you have to be critical. This is a match that we lost valuable points and it can bite you in the ass at the last moment.
Yeah.
So let's hope it won't, but it is possible still.
All right.
And
We'll
I think to answer your question, I think a win is possible at Liverpool this Tuesday.
Hey there, thanks for watching. A thumbs up if you enjoyed that video. Subscribe so we can bring you more awesome content. Do it.